and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to share with you how I organized our entire kitchen using items from Amazon. There are so many great things that you can find, and I love the prices, especially because they ship so fast to you. So I will be sharing with you guys what's inside our pantry, our cupboards, and even our fridge, because with everything organized, it makes it so much easier to access what you need and see where everything is at when you can actually see right in front of you, so you don't have to go digging through your entire pantry trying to find something to eat. So let's get started. All right, so let's begin here in the pantry. And before I went ahead and organized it, this was a huge mess. If you guys saw my spring series where I was doing spring cleaning, then you guys saw that this was a huge mess. It was horrible. It took us, I think, like 3 days to go through everything and try to organize things and get rid of things that were expired. But once we got rid of everything that we did not need, I went ahead and I found, like I said, everything on Amazon, with the exception of these right here that I got from IKEA. And unfortunately, I couldn't get anything shipped from IKEA, so I didn't continue getting these bins. But next time I go back, I'll pick up a couple more so that I can fill in the spots that need them so they can all look the same. But I did end up getting all these jars, which I really like. I love the bamboo top, and even these labels that you see here are also from Amazon, and they're a really great price. They're waterproof, so that way you don't have to worry about things like spilling on them and then coming off, and they stick really well. Right here at the bottom, as you guys can tell, we have all different bamboo looking baskets, but these are actually made out of paper and cardboard. They just look like bamboo, so they're not going to be as expensive as real bamboo baskets. So I like the look of them. They're practical. They're doing what they're supposed to do. I really like them. They are on the cheaper side. They look great and they function just as they should. So at the bottom is where we have like our toilet paper or extra paper towels that we have in stock, and then we also have our dog food at the bottom. So everything looks great. It also helps us eliminate the foods before we restock. So whenever I am looking down to get my groceries done for the week and I'm making a list, I can look in here really quick, see what needs to be refilled or see what we already have, and it just makes things so much easier. So this was probably one of the biggest projects when it came down to decluttering, and I'm so glad that we did it because it looks really nice and neat in there. And this side of the kitchen is where I make the majority of our drinks, whether it's smoothies in the morning or whether it's tea or coffee. And so I wanted everything to be within this section over here. So we have like our mugs and cups here, and then have like our blender inside of here, toaster, anything else that we need, the food processor. I have my Vitamix down there, and these cabinets right here that I'm about to share with you were so filled with so many different things that half the time I couldn't see what I had. So I do like that I also put the majority of our items inside of these jars, and these are really great. I was worried that the glass would be too thin, but I did put these all in the dishwasher and they survived, which is great because there was just too many to go through and clean as I was decluttering our kitchen. But I love the way it looks. It looks so clean. I can read everything up here. We have like our coffee, decaf coffee and cocoa powder, sugar, flax seeds, chia seeds, and then our vitamins are stacked up here in this little tray that you can expand, and you can stack up items where you can see them. So everything is visible and it's easy to use. And then in this drawer is where I put all of our teas. For a while I had them all in their boxes, and then sometimes I would run out, and when I wanted a specific tea, I didn't have it in stock. So I would try and remember to put it on my grocery list for the next time, and then I would forget. So I decided to go ahead and get these bamboo trays, which actually sections off everything inside of your drawer. So it looks really neat. You can see exactly what tea you're looking for, especially because some of them are the same brand and they kind of look the same. So I do love that everything is organized over here. And then also this is where I store our Keurig cups because it just makes it so much easier. And if we have too many, then I'll put them inside here. Usually I like to have some kind of jar as part of like decor, but also add more K-cups in here just in case. I am looking to get an espresso machine, but I feel a little intimidated by the machine. I feel like this is just so simple and easy, but I would love to try the Nespresso machine. So let me know which one you guys have and recommend, and if it's easy to maintain and keep up as some people say it is, so that I'm not so intimidated. This is our new refrigerator and I love it. It is the Hisense full-size refrigerator, which is exclusively sold at Lowe's, and it's in standard size, but it has so much room. And I love the stainless steel. It is fingerprint resistant, which is great, especially if you have young children with all their little sticky fingers all over your appliances. They can look dirty easily, and it's nice that I don't have to worry about it at all. So let me show you guys inside. It does have an ice maker in the freezer at the bottom, and it also has where you can get water, so it's inside as well. And I love this space. I did not realize how much space the other refrigerator took with everything being on the outside. So I do love how much more we have, and of course I went ahead and I labeled everything so that way whenever anybody helps us put groceries away, whether it's my husband or like my mom comes over and helps out with the kids, then we can go ahead and put groceries away together and everything's labeled. So it just makes it so much easier. It looks pleasant. All the bins that you see inside are ones that I found on Amazon, and then I went ahead and used my Cricut machine to make the labels myself using permanent vinyl, which helped out a lot, and they've been staying on really well. And if you just want to switch them out, like switch out different compartments, you could go ahead and grab like a tool to scrape it off, and it comes off quite easily. A little bit of elbow grease, but it comes off really smooth and doesn't leave any scratches. So I really like that. And I went ahead and I organized everything according to what I use the most. And one of my favorite bins right here is the leftover bin. Before, when we had leftovers, we would just shove them anywhere they fit in the fridge, and then we would forget about them. And it's money that you spend out eating that you want to make sure that you get your money's worth and finish those leftovers. Or if you're in a hurry and you want something to eat, you want to go ahead and have access to it. So I really love this tray right here. It's really helpful. I also like to keep my baby's food separate. For example, if Ricardo is home and I'm out running errands, instead of asking me what the baby can eat, the baby has his own bin, so that way Ricardo can just look in there, see what we have, and then feed him. It just makes things so much easier. I feel like you don't have to communicate as much with your spouse with putting away groceries or just finding things where they need to be, because it makes life easier on all of us. So I really do enjoy that. Down here in the fridge is where the ice maker is, and I just have a few bins to separate the food that I freeze, so that way I have easy access to it. Before, everything would just tumble around in there, especially because you pull out the drawer, and it made things a little bit harder to find. But now that I went ahead and I organized it, things are so much easier to find. I love ice cream, so over here on this side I have all of my sweet treats for myself. We have some paletas, we have some popsicles, ice cream, and then over here I just have some French toast. And then I often like to make smoothies. That's why I have all of these frozen fruits over here, along with some frozen vegetables to make meals. And on this side is where I have the meat, so it doesn't get mixed up with the other side. And next to the refrigerator is where I consider our main pantry, because this is everything that I use to cook. It includes like cans and pastas and all of that stuff, all the ingredients that you need to cook, because it's closest to our stove and to our fridge where I can have easier access to everything. Okay, so in here on top we have the bread, and I like that these all slide out, because on the back here I have a little basket where we can include other smaller bread items so they don't get squished with the bread or anything that we have up here. And in the second drawer is where we have the pastas. So I have like brown rice, pastas, lentils, and then in the very back here I have like the extras, so that way if I have too many of one noodles, I can restock and have them here. Also, I have like packages, for example, the Velveeta mac and cheese shells that come with the cheese. Like, I don't want to take them out and put them in one of these bins, so I just kind of stack them back up there, and it's easier to see everything. So I really like that. Over here, I found these little bins at IKEA. That's the only thing that I don't have that's from Amazon. and all the labels are from that same packet that I shared with you guys from the other pantry. They're also from Amazon. It was just one big packet of all different labels, and I have so many more too. In this third drawer, I have a section for baby food. So these are snack items for Benji's. I have like the little crackers. And then I don't usually give him these. They are just like the purees, but I take them with me just in case we're out and about and I can't find something for him to eat, or we haven't eaten yet, but he needs to eat. Since he's like on a different schedule, then I will go ahead and give him one of these. It just like brings me peace knowing that I have that with me in case I ever need it for emergencies. Or if he's really picky and just does not want to eat his food, I have those and I know he'll eat them. And then over here I have this little tray with a bunch of different nuts, and I would put them in these containers, but the only thing is when I'm making my acai bowls or smoothies or my yogurt bowls, what I like to do is I like to bring this whole thing with me, and I go ahead and put everything that I need on there, so it's just easier for me to carry this one big thing instead of several different jars. Makes my life easier. And then over here I just have some other random things. So that one is labeled mix. So down below here is where I keep my baking items, and some I need to restock, and items that I still haven't transferred over I have there in the back. But I got these big jars also from Amazon, which is really nice. And then down below here is where I have our canned goods, and these bins are from IKEA as well. So I have a mixture of IKEA, but the majority of them are from Amazon, and that's where I keep my canned goods. I can see everything, and I decided to go with this method instead of like the other canned goods, because I feel like the cans that we buy and the jars are of different sizes and not the standard can size, so that is why I decided to go with that. And let's move on over to this drawer over here. This right here is my proudest organization area in my entire kitchen, and I love it so much. We went ahead and decluttered everything. I transferred all of my spices into these jars. So this rack that you see right here, along with the jars, came in a set when I found it on Amazon. And then I purchased the white labels since I wanted the labels to be white, because it came with black ones that you can write in chalk with, and I just wasn't a fan of that look. I wanted it to look like this, so I went ahead and I bought the labels separately, but then I made my own for the glass jars with using my Cricut machine. So that was really easy, and it was really nice. I wasn't sure how I was going to organize certain spices that I have, like and especially like the chiles that I use to cook, but it just looks so nice like this, and it has maintained itself. If I have big spice jars that need to be refilled, I could just check back here before I go to the grocery store to see if I have any. For example, this one right here is still pretty full, but I went ahead and I put it in here, and when I run out I could just refill it. So it's still not seen, and you can read everything. Whenever my mom comes over and we cook together, she can find everything, so it's really nice. I love it. I love how it looks. In this pink basket right here, I have extra chiles. So if I have big bulkier items like this, as you can tell, I'm running out over there, so I can go ahead and transfer them over. And I only have a few, and then I also just have like these little packets, which I know they're there. It's not too overwhelming with spices, but it just looks nice and neat, and I know when to restock. So I really love it. I love the way that it turned out, and it has helped a lot when it comes to cooking. Now that everything is nice and organized, I am ready for little baby to come. I am due in a month, and I cannot believe it that we will have our second baby, which I'm so excited about. So I will make sure to have links to everything that I mentioned down below, everything that I got from Amazon, some that I found out from IKEA, and of course our refrigerator, because we got a lot of questions on it last time, and I'll make sure to share everything with you. So I'll have that down in the description box below, and I'll talk to you guys next time, which is besos. Mwah.